Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? Shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Man, he had a hell of an interview, hell of a show last night with Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Errol popped up, surprised the Barbershop, surprised Fred on the show, called in and gave a candid interview right off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? And that was they did a hell of a job. Fred and the other brother on there, DB, they did a hell of a job with asking questions, and I thoroughly enjoyed that interview. And you know, Errol talked about a whole lot of different things. You know, he talked about how he's in the best shape of his life right now, how he was only 75, 85% versus Danny Garcia, and you know how now he's you know, on weight, 158 pounds right now. We 2 months out from the fight with Manny Pacquiao. He's back with Blu-ray, you know, gonna be in phenomenal shape. All this stuff that Errol said, I've been telling y'all that shit. I've been telling y'all Errol Spence is in great shape. He's gonna be in the best shape you ever seen him in that Manny Pacquiao fight. You know, his mental, everything that he spoke on in that interview in regard to his preparation for this fight, and then, you know, in comparison to previous fights, you know, I've been telling y'all that, man, and it's just good to hear Errol come out and speak on these things and, you know, let us know, you know, where his mind is right now, where his focus is. And it's just good to see the champ extremely sharp, extremely focused. He also talked about, you know, activity and how he feels like he need to be more active. He talked to Al Heyman about, man, I need to get more fights. You know what I'm saying? I need to be fighting more often so that way I can stay in shape, you know what I'm saying, and just stay focused year round. And, you know, he's hoping to squeeze another fight in after August, you know, after the Manny Pacquiao fight, try to get another one in by the end of this year. But what I really wanted to speak on in this particular video was, you know, with Errol Spence, you know, his comments on Terence Crawford. And, you know, he basically said Terence Crawford, he need to man up. He need to man up and stand up for himself and take control of his career when it comes to Bob Arum, when it comes to his business affairs, and in particular, Bob Arum. You know, because, you know, man, Terence Crawford done let Bob Arum drag his name through the mud, say all type of things about him, just disrespect him, disrespect his craft, his career. You know what I'm saying? Said, I could have, you know, all the money I lost on you, I could have bought a house in Malibu. You know what I'm saying? He said, you don't sell you can't sell no tickets. You know what I mean? Don't nobody want to, you know, don't nobody want to pay to see Terence Crawford fight. The only fight that's worth putting on pay-per-view is Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, that's true. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, this man, Bob Arum, done openly disrespect you, Terence Crawford. He done openly disrespect Terence Crawford time after time after time after time. And every time Terence Crawford, he be soft on him. He be soft on Bob. You know what I'm saying? He be hella soft on Bob. You know, he ain't never got nothing negative to say about Bob. He ain't never got no type of rebuttal or response or nothing. It's always, you know, I just do what they tell me. Errol said Bob treat him like property. You know what I'm saying? He said pretty much Bob Arum treat Terence Crawford like property. You know, he don't feel like they really got no healthy relationship. You dig what I'm saying? And then Errol also, you know, he said that if it was anybody else, if I say something negative about Crawford, or if I say something like, you know, a little remark or whatever, Crawford gonna get on Twitter and just try to go crazy on me. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else say something, you go on Twitter, you go on a rant, or you get in an interview, you say something. But when it's Bob Arum, the man that actually has your career in the palm of his hands, he talking crazy, but you ain't got nothing to say. And that's a prime example or a prime reason why Terence Crawford's career has gone the way it's gone. Yeah, he's accomplished a lot of things, you know, as far as like titles, Undisputed, shit like that, and that's dope. But none of that really gonna compare to what Errol Spence is doing right now and what he's gonna continue to do in his career. And Terence Crawford has been in the game a lot longer than Errol Spence. He's been pro longer. You know what I'm saying? He's older. You know, he's been boxing longer than Errol Spence Jr. And Errol Spence is his profile and his status is way above Terence Crawford. And it's going to continue to grow above that, whether Errol fight Terence or not. Now, Errol Spence definitely wants the Terence Crawford fight. You know, but like he said also in that interview, look, after this Manny Pacquiao fight, if they reinstate Manny Pacquiao with the WBA as everybody's expecting, and he take that title up off Manny Pacquiao, he gonna go to the other side of the street, try to holler at Bob Arum and Terence Crawford, see what he can make happen. And if them boys ain't talking about nothing, man, he gonna go up to 154. Probably have another fight after this at welterweight, and he gonna dip on out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that Errol spoke on that, because it's crazy how if anybody else say something negative about Bud, he got something to say. You know what I'm saying? But when Bob Arum talking crazy, he quiet, he silent about it. His sister had to come out and say something. You know what I'm saying? You know, but Terence Crawford, he soft on Bob. And that's why Bob treats you like that. That's why he drag you through the mud, because he know you always gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna forgive him, and it's all gonna be good. You know, you done re-signed with Bob Arum multiple times. For what? Now this time, if you re-sign with Bob Arum, Terence Crawford, your career is done. You know what I'm saying? You might as well retire, because you ain't gonna fight Errol Spence. You know, we know that's the biggest fight of your career. That's a legacy fight for you. If Terence Crawford don't fight Errol Spence, his career is going, the trajectory of his career, the perception of his career is gonna be bad. People gonna look back at Terence Crawford and be like, okay, Terence Crawford was a great fighter, very skilled, but bro, you didn't fight Errol Spence, and we know why you didn't fight Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real bad if Terence Crawford don't find a way to make this Errol Spence fight happen. You dig what I'm saying? And we know that it ain't on Errol, because how come Errol was able to make the Manny Pacquiao fight, but Terence Crawford, y'all couldn't make it happen? You know, and Manny Pacquiao was over there on Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you got some business to handle, man. Terence Crawford got a lot of business to take care of if he want to, have his career looked at in a different light. Because right now it's looking real spooky. You know what I'm saying? I know you got your little money, you doing good, you having fun. I see you on Instagram posting pictures in Dubai on jet skis and shit. That's what's up, man. Hey, I salute you, bro. I want to see another black man happy, wealthy, and doing great. Your family taken care of. That's good. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You know, but when it comes to this boxing shit, you know, we know what you got the potential to be. You know what I'm saying? And we know that you being with Bob Arum, you ain't reaching that potential, bro. You ain't reaching that potential. And I hate to see you go out like that. You end your career and you don't get that legacy fight with Errol Spence. You know, because you stuck over there with Bob, and that's why Errol Spence had the hashtag blame Bob. That's exactly why. You know what I'm saying? Because Bob come out say all this shit, you know, throw all these smoke screens out there, hitting motherfuckers with the triple option and shit, and this shit never go the way it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? So, man, again, shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Excellent show as always. You know what I'm saying? And y'all go check that interview out if you haven't already. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man, about, you know, what Errol spoke on in regard to Terence Crawford, his relationship with Bob Arum, and the way his career has been going. And, you know, we're going to do Merlot Fridays tomorrow. It's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? We can delve a little bit more into the other details of the Errol Spence interview in regard to, you know, working with Blu-ray, the type of shape that he's going to be in. You know, they also talked about a few different things in regard to, you know, how Manny Pacquiao views Errol Spence and what his game plan is probably going to be going into that Errol Spence fight. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. And pull up to Merlot Fridays. Tomorrow is going down, man. Contender Regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.